Welcome to the Stronger with Age podcast. Because aging is just the beginning, we're going to dive into what it really means to age gracefully today. You gave us a really interesting mix of articles on this, so let's see what we can unpack here.
Yeah, there's a lot to dig into. We've got advice from experts like in CNET and Real Simple, but also more scientific stuff from places like the MGM Journal of Medical Sciences, even the National Institute on Aging, plus some different viewpoints from Psychology Today, Henry Ford Health, Next Avenue, and Chulalongkorn University. Quite a range.
Definitely. And it seems like they all agree on one thing. Aging well goes way beyond just looks. It's this whole journey of physical health, mental well-being, and having a positive outlook. So where do we even begin with a topic this broad? What stuck out to you as like the core ideas about aging gracefully?
Well, one thing that struck me was how many different definitions of aging gracefully there are. Like CNET talked to Dr. Michelle Sands, and her take was that it's all about making those small, everyday choices that build up your resilience, both physically and mentally. Not about being perfect, but just consistently doing those little things.
So it's not about trying to rewind the clock, really.
Exactly. And then Dr. Nipat Pichayathan from Chulalongkorn University had this interesting point. What gracefully even means is different for each person. It's bigger than just looking young. It's about getting the most out of life, physically and mentally, as you get older.
That makes a lot of sense. What about those scientific journals we mentioned? How do they define aging gracefully?
The NGM Journal of Medical Sciences really stressed accepting the changes that come with age. They said it's about living a meaningful life, staying positive, and being open to always learning new things, kind of keeping that youthful energy. Next Avenue had this cool idea: instead of aging gracefully, maybe we should think about aging gratefully, focusing on all the amazing experiences we've had.
I like that. Aging gratefully. It kind of shifts the focus, doesn't it? It's not about fighting time, but more about how we make the most of it, inside and out. Now, let's get practical. What did these articles say about staying physically healthy as we age?
Well, exercise came up again and again. Seems like that's non-negotiable. CNET mentioned that doing exercises where you carry things can really help your grip strength, which is super important for everyday stuff and for balance.
Makes sense. I've noticed that opening jars has gotten harder as I've gotten older.
Haha. And they said lifting weights can actually help slow down how our cells age and also improves your stability. Plus, all those fun things we do, like dancing or playing those active video games, are great for keeping our brains sharp and our reflexes quick.
Speaking of reflexes, CNET mentioned that slower reaction times are linked to a higher risk of falling, which is a big worry as we get older.
That's right. They even suggested trying a simple reaction time test to see where you stand. Real Simple added that exercise, especially strength training, can help you build muscle even in your 90s, which is pretty incredible. They also said staying active can help protect your memory as you age because it strengthens the hippocampus, the part of the brain that's key for memory.
So it's not just about looking good, it's about staying independent and sharp mentally. What kinds of exercise did they recommend specifically?
The MGM Journal emphasized mixing up your workouts to work on your strength, flexibility, and mobility. Psychology Today suggested shooting for about 30 minutes of activity a day, and they said it's totally fine to break it up into smaller chunks throughout the day. Could be walking, stretching, yoga, tai chi, a little aerobics, whatever works for you. Henry Ford Health also talked about how important muscle-building exercises are for healthy bones and balance, suggesting we aim for 30 to 90 minutes a day of whatever activity we find enjoyable. And the National Institute on Aging was really clear about the link between regular exercise and living a longer, healthier life. They even said just taking more steps each day can make a difference.
So find something you like and get moving, basically. What about nutrition? That's got to be a big part of healthy aging, right?
Oh, definitely. CNET mentioned that foods packed with antioxidants could help keep your skin looking good. Real Simple went a bit deeper, saying the healthiest way to eat is like the Mediterranean diet. Lots of fruits, veggies, whole grains, lean proteins. They also said foods rich in omega-3s, like walnuts, olive oil, salmon, flaxseed, can make your skin look younger. That, of course, cutting back on sugary stuff, processed carbs, and unhealthy fats.
I feel like I always hear about the Mediterranean diet when it comes to healthy aging.
It does seem to be the gold standard. Psychology Today also pointed to the Mediterranean diet as being common among people who are really healthy, and they mentioned it's been proven to help prevent heart disease. Henry Ford Health talked about how important it is to eat lots of healthy, plant-based foods to support our gut microbiome, which plays a huge role in how our bodies work and helps keep inflammation down. And the NIA mentioned a few diets that are good for us, including the Mediterranean-H and MIND-D diets, because they're good for our hearts, blood pressure, and even our brains. They said even small changes, like eating more fish or leafy greens, can really improve your health.
So basically, eat real food, listen to your body's cues, and check out those recommended diets. Anything else about physical well-being that stood out to you from the articles?
Henry Ford Health brought up hydration. They emphasize that every single cell in our bodies needs water to function, which makes sense. They recommended drinking half your body weight in ounces of water each day as a general rule. And CNET talked about something that doesn't get a lot of attention, oral health. They said you can tell a lot about your overall health by looking at your gums. If they're firm, pink, and not swollen, that's a good sign. But if they're bleeding or swollen, it could be gum disease, which has been linked to diabetes, heart problems, and even memory loss. So brushing, flossing, and regular dental checkups are super important. They even said that poor mental health can affect our oral health.
Wow. It's amazing how connected everything is in our bodies. Even our gums can have such a big impact. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the mental and emotional side of aging gracefully. That seems just as important, maybe even more so, based on what I've read.
Absolutely. One of the biggest themes was having a positive attitude. Real Simple talked about research showing that older people who see aging as a way to gain wisdom are better at bouncing back from disabilities. It shows how powerful our mindset is when it comes to resilience.
Like how we think about getting older really does affect how we experience it.
Right. And the MGM Journal echoed that, saying we should focus on the good things about getting older, like having more wisdom and freedom. Chulalongkorn University talked about how important it is to cultivate a positive mindset, like being optimistic, feeling connected to your community, focusing on happiness, and having good self-esteem. They said that understanding the changes that come with age helps us adapt better. Next Avenue really emphasized accepting those changes and thinking positively, saying that a good attitude about aging is linked to living longer and doing better both physically and mentally. They said we should embrace where we are now and set goals for the future.
So find that inner optimist and look for the silver lining. What about our relationships with others? It seems like social connection plays a big role too.
That was huge. CNET quoted former U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy, who said that having strong social connections is one of the biggest factors in how long we live, even more than things like smoking or drinking a lot. They said having good social support can help prevent depression, and being socially active can lower the risk of dementia. They suggested volunteering, talking to people, joining groups, anything to stay connected. Real Simple was even more direct, saying that socializing and staying connected can actually help you live longer.
Yeah, that statistic about social connection and mortality was pretty eye-opening.
It is powerful. The MGM Journal backed that up, saying that people who are more social tend to live longer and healthier lives. They said we should stay connected through phone calls, emails, video chats, whatever works, especially as it's harder to get out and about. Henry Ford Health said that staying socially connected can help protect us from cognitive decline and even helps our immune systems. The NIA was really clear about the risks of social isolation and loneliness for older adults, saying they're more likely to have heart problems, depression, and cognitive decline. They said staying connected is great for our mood and overall well-being, and that making new friends can actually improve our physical and mental health. Next Avenue mentioned that even though our social circles naturally get smaller as we get older, staying connected with others is linked to a lower risk of cognitive decline. They said to hold on to those old friendships and be open to new ones.
Wow. So investing in our relationships isn't just good for our emotional health, it's crucial for our overall well-being and could even help us live longer. Let's talk about stress. How do we manage all the stress that comes with life, especially as we age?
The MGM Journal recommended things like meditation and having relaxing hobbies to de-stress. Henry Ford Health said that even taking a few deep breaths can lower your cortisol levels, which is your body's main stress hormone. The NIA talked about how bad chronic stress is for our brains. They said it can mess with our memory and make us more likely to develop dementia. They also said that people who are emotionally stable tend to live longer. They suggested trying medication, exercise, journaling, or just talking to supportive people as ways to manage stress.
So, finding healthy ways to cope with stress, whether it's through mindfulness, physical activity, or our support systems, is key. Last but not least, what about keeping our minds sharp as we age?
Keeping your brain active is so important. CNET said things like puzzles help with that and also improve your reaction time. The NGM Journal recommended things like reading, puzzles, and learning new things to keep your brain stimulated. Henry Ford Health agreed, saying that keeping your mind engaged with things like crosswords or knitting can help you hold on to your memory. The NIA linked doing mentally stimulating activities like reading, writing, and playing games to a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. They also said that learning new skills can boost your memory function. And Next Avenue encouraged us to find new things to be passionate about in retirement, like traveling, hobbies, taking classes, volunteering, spending time with loved ones, all those things that give you a sense of purpose and keep you mentally active.
It really is. Use it or lose it, huh? Gotta keep those brains working. Okay, let's wrap up with self-care and prevention. What did your sources say about that?
CNET was big on protecting your skin from the sun to prevent early aging. They also mentioned that collagen supplements might help with skin elasticity. Real Simple really emphasized sun protection too, saying to wear sunscreen every day, along with hats and sunglasses. The NGM Journal said to make time for relaxation, take good care of your skin and hygiene, and get regular checkups with your doctor and dentist. Henry Ford Health suggested using gentle, mineral-based skincare products and hygiene products without petroleum. And the NIA said that seeing your doctor regularly is crucial to catch any health problems early on and get them treated.
So taking care of our health both inside and out and not forgetting the basics like sun protection and regular doctor's appointments are all part of aging well.
Totally. It all goes hand in hand, really. The physical, mental, emotional, and preventative parts all work together to help us age gracefully.
Well, there you have it. Aging gracefully isn't about finding some magic fountain of youth. It's about living in a way that takes care of your body and mind, building strong connections with others, and always looking for the good.
All those articles really highlighted the importance of building good habits, like moving your body every day, eating mindfully, staying socially connected, and keeping your brain engaged.
The biggest takeaway for you as the learner is that you have the power to shape how you age. By understanding all these different parts of aging well, you can make choices that help you live a healthier, more fulfilling life, no matter how old you are.
I hope this deep dive was helpful and maybe even gave you a few aha moments. Everyone's journey is different, so we encourage you to think about all this and figure out what aging gracefully means to you.
Okay, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this deep dive. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes. Bye.